Hi, welcome to Frag Hero. My name is David, and I'm joined by Horizon superfan Josh, who's been playing Horizon Forbidden West.
Hello, yes, that's me, and yes, I am a Horizon superfan. Absolutely loved Zero Dawn. I don't know about you, David, but yeah, I've been playing Forbidden West for the last couple of weeks, and absolutely loving my time with it. Review coming on Frag Hero around about now, I think, when this is going up. But yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to spill the beans on why this game is so good. So, what do you want to know about it, David?
Please do spill those beans. So, 5 reasons that Horizon Forbidden West is better than the original. That's what I'm curious to know.
Okay, well, I could probably do more than 5 reasons, to be honest, but if we're narrowing it down, I'll start with the first one. The first thing you're going to notice when you load up Horizon Forbidden West is just how stunning it looks. I mean, we say this about every PS5 game that releases these days, but Forbidden West really does take the cake. It's absolutely, like, the lush environment, the world is even bigger than the one that we saw in Zero Dawn. And there's so many different biomes that you can go and explore through. Just like there's all the mountains, there's like these plains, and I don't want to spoil some of the later game areas, but they really, really do look stunning. I didn't think that like Zero Dawn wasn't a bad looking game, but when you compare these like Zero Dawn to Forbidden West, like side by side, the difference is really like quite drastic, and load times have been cut down massively as well. Like I barely have. There's an option to like disable pressing X on loading screens, and if you turn that off, basically it's just instant loading. It's so good. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, what we can see on screen right now is absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't know if this is a controversial point, but do you think this is the best looking game on PS5?
See, that's tricky. That's tricky. I mean, it's up there. It is really, really up there. And do you know what really brings out how good this game looks is the photo mode. Every good game these days has to have a photo mode. We talked about it with Uncharted. There's one in Forbidden West, and this might be the best photo mode I think I've seen in a game actually as well. Just the amount of options that you can have. I don't know if you've been playing around with it much, but you can like what I've loved doing is you can change all the poses of Aloy, and if you zoom in on her face and like mess around with the facial animations, it is so detailed. It's actually incredible that you can have such a massive world, but then zoom in on like the really granular detail, and all of that detail is still there for you to perceive. It's so pretty.
Well, from shooting photos to shooting enemies, tell me about the combat in this game.
I like your style. I like your segues. Funnily enough, the combat was one of the best things about Zero Dawn, and it's better than ever in Forbidden West. So the way that the combat works, you can battle humans and there's like melee attacks and all that, but the best thing about the combat in Forbidden West is obviously you've got these massive robot dinos and you have to scan them and find the weak points, and it's all about chipping away and pulling off bits of armor so you can really get at where these robots are vulnerable. And it was fantastic in Zero Dawn, but it's even better in Forbidden West. And I think part of that is like the new tools that you have. So we see some return, but we see new tools as well, and one of my favorite ones is this new spear that you can get. That you just
I do like a good spear.
Oh, it's good. You yeet it at enemies and then it just like explodes everywhere. All the different weapons now have like abilities like attached to them, so you can purchase in the skill trees ways that switch up the ways that you use weapons. So you can get like for the bow, you can fire arrows in a horizontal pattern or a vertical pattern, do like a volley.
Ooh.
My favorite one with the spear is that you combine 2 of them together and throw it even further. It really varies up the combat. It was already pretty great. Like you can slide and shoot at the same time, slow down time, all that stuff. But yeah, the combat in Forbidden West is just incredible.
And if it's new weapons that we're using, are we fighting new enemies as well?
This was what really took me by surprise when I loaded up Forbidden West for the first time. I was expecting to see some like exactly the same enemy types that we'd seen in Zero Dawn. It probably took me about 5 or 6 hours of playing Forbidden West to see an enemy that I recognized from the original game. Like the minute you open up Forbidden West, you are fighting new enemy types, and it's really refreshing. I absolutely loved that the developers have gone out of their way to make this game feel like its own standalone game and not just an expansion. I think that's what I was worried about coming into this game, but it really doesn't feel like that at all.
And what about progression quests? Is that any different? Is that the same? Or
so obviously, well, this is a massive RPG just like the last one, and of course you've got your main quest, you've got your side quest, you've got errands, but the way that you are rewarded for doing each of these is actually slightly different. So first of all, we need to talk about the new skill system, which is vastly it's huge actually. Like we had skill trees in the last one, but it's actually kind of overwhelming opening up the skill trees in Forbidden West. You've got I think 5 or 6 different trees, all of which have 25 or more skills in them. and going down all those trees, you can unlock new skills and new abilities, new combos to unlock. So you're thinking like, right, if I only get 1 XP point per level, that I'm never going to be able to unlock all of these, right? That's why it's so overwhelming. But you actually are awarded several just cold hard ability points for completing things like side quests. So if you do a side quest, you get a bit of XP that goes towards your total level, but just 2 or 3 ability points to invest in these skill trees. So it really feels like you are rewarded for every single action that you do in Forbidden West, which is especially important in like a big RPG such as this, where you're going to be playing for like 60 to 100 hours in this game. But I've been hopping on for just like 30 minutes at a time while I'm on my lunch break, and those 30 minutes still feel productive because I can just hop on, do a side quest, and I've still earned like 3 or 4 skill points in the process of doing that. Like these games can feel so overwhelming, but I always feel like I'm getting somewhere with this progression system in Forbidden West. It's really, really cool to see.
No, it's nice to hear that they've really deepened that. And actually, one of the things that I've noticed is, as you say, you're spending a lot of time with this game. And one of the things that I wasn't a huge fan of in Zero Dawn was you'd look at the character animation, it'd be often very stiff. Mm-hmm. It seems like they've really taken that up a notch here as well. Yeah,
that you can tell that this is the game that Guerrilla wanted to make. I don't know if they've had a bigger budget with this after the first one, but it really feels like they've taken this up a notch in terms of their performance capture and the voice acting. In Zero Dawn, there was a lot of I can think of some now. Like there was one time where like a character died and they just did like the most pathetic grunt and like just fell to the floor. It was like it was actually quite bad. But in this, I'm actually like I'm looking at cutscenes right now and I'm thinking, man, this might be the best looking like game and performance capture I've seen on the PlayStation yet. Mm-hmm. And one of the characters, I mean, obviously she's the protagonist, Aloy. She's fantastic in this game, man. She's confident. She takes absolutely no bull. She's an absolute delight to watch interact with like the other characters on the screen. She honestly she might be my favorite PlayStation protagonist, and I played God of War earlier this year, so she is up there, man.
So I take it you will be recommending Horizon's Forbidden West to everybody.
I mean, I am coming off quite glowing in this conversation. You will have to read my full review on Frag Hero if you want to hear a full breakdown of all my thoughts and for a final score. But yeah, if you couldn't tell already, I'm quite hot on this game, and I think most other people will be as well.
Yeah, I would absolutely recommend everybody does that. And we've also done a graphics comparison video as well. So if that's the kind of thing you're interested in, be sure to check out the YouTube channel. And yeah, if you want any more Horizon Forbidden West content from us, be sure to follow us on all of our social channels, and we'll catch you in the next one.